There was Mike Harmon in the 6 car. And here's another spot. Lyndon Amick goes by Belmont. Now Bobby Garrett moves over in front of Mike Harmon, trying to get a run as Kevin Counselor goes by. The 19 car is shown a lap down to this group. There's another car that's a lap down, Mike Swain Jr.
Let's check into the pits with Bill Weber.
With Phil Harris, crew chief for Kirk Shelmerdine, you had a good car, a good stop. You were on the pole, you were in front, now you're 11. Do you know how that happened?
No, the pace car told him to stay back. He was supposed to go around. Then they come up and they set up in the tower. We were supposed to get up behind the 39. Then they told us we couldn't get up there. And then started the race. I don't know.
You believe you should be much further forward in the field?
Yes, definitely.
There's going to be a lot of deciphering, they call it, when this one breaks through. Whoa, Harmon is on the bottom of the racetrack, and also is Gerhard as he makes a move, but he's Steele.
Come on, buddy, come on.
Bobby Gerhard spotter telling him, all right, you got a spot. We got one more to go. Meanwhile, Lyndon Amick pulls up on the outside of Harmon.
One car spinning down the back straightaway on the grass. Up against the inside retaining wall, the car number 60 spinning down there. Rich Martin out of Mooresville.
Now wave those guys off. It's in the backstretch. It's on the backstretch.
Now we'll bring out the caution flag with less than 10 to go. It'll be 8 to go this time by. And this caution flag, there's the Markle car that spun, the car number 60. Spun across the grass and came to rest. Gal refires and comes down, brings out the caution for the 5th time here on lap 72. And Benny, this caution will benefit a number of drivers.
Well, it'll help all those guys that had some space between the leader and themselves. But they still have only got about 5 or 6 laps to be able to pass and get back to the front. So it's still going to be a difficult task to win. There we see Markle coming off the corner. I think he's going to get a tap right there. Wasn't it?
Looked like the 84 car of Norm Benning. The Sobey Beverage Coachman RV Chevrolet was with a car back there, the ARCA veteran. It may have gotten a little tap on the rear quarter panel. There's David Keith. Well, David Keith's got some horsepower. He has Robert Yates engines on board, and if you're new to motorsports, Robert Yates engines are what's in Dale Jarrett's car that was very, very successful earlier today here at Daytona, winning the Bud Shootout qualifying race and the Bud Shootout. A lot of horsepower in that car number 95.
Also winning the pole position for the Daytona 500 yesterday afternoon.
What a crowd on hand for the opener here. The ARCA series for the year 2000, the first of 21 events on the $3 million ARCA Tour. Beautiful sunny day here in Daytona Beach. It had been a little cool last week or earlier this week, but temperature today up in the mid-70s. Supposed to be even up in the 80s next week, possibly, as the Daytona 500 approaches.
Well, they're going to come by next time, completing 74 laps. So I would expect they'll get 1 lap to go. So there'll be about 5 laps of green.
I talked to the 6 car.
The winner.
You go, he's going to go with you now. What's the problem? The problem's going to be the 1 right behind. He goes, we're going to win.
There's Kirk Shelmerdine. And back in the backpack, there's the Discount Auto Parts car of Andy Hillenberg, a 2-time winner here, a 2-time series champion. There they are, the Pro2Call ARCA 200. There are 13 cars being shown on the lead lap. You see Hillenberg back in 11th spot.
Mark Stahl back in 30 spot. He's 4 laps down. Shane Huffman still 1 lap down after the damage he had in the spin coming off turn 4.
Some of the cars that had to park it early. Kerry Earnhardt involved in an incident. Had to park the MB&A Chevrolet. Chad Chaffin had a tough break after qualifying 3rd here. They are inside of 10 laps to go.
Give that horse her head. Mark, watch the 6, because when the 6 gets to it,
wow. Hillenberg is got close to someone. Look at the Martinsville donut on the right side of that car.
You can't even read the 3 on this car. That does look like it come out of Bristol or Martinsville somewhere, but that's how close these guys have been racing all day long. We've seen a lot of good 2 and 3 wide racing. They get into each other every now and then, but they've done a great job today of staying off each other as much as possible.
You can go, Bobby, go without him, but he's going to help us if he can. That's 4. I wouldn't have did that without him, Brady.
David Keith being shown as the leader is only in his 2nd year of ARCA competition. Ran a limited schedule a year ago. Doesn't have a whole lot of experience, Kyle. Now, Bobby Gerhardt, the guy we're riding with right now, is an ARCA veteran. 88 Rookie of the Year, been around. This is his 13th year in ARCA competition. And behind him is another young man making his first ever ARCA start. Talking about Dave Steele. So we got 2 young guys with a veteran right in between them.
Yeah, we got a young guy as far as David Steele, who has very, very limited experience. And then you got David Keith, who, you know, you had Jeremy Mayfield, who coached him last year, so he's got a lot under his belt. And I don't think anybody in the garage area was not happy to see Bobby Gerhardt win the race last year, because that team had struggled so long and he's got so much experience. So there's a multitude of factors going into this last little bit of 3 or 4 laps, and we're talking about the top 2 or 3, and the guy that wins the race may come from 4 or 5 back unless it's a scoring snafu.
Well, we're going to have probably a 5-lap shootout. You're not going to want to go away when this one's over, because we got a good one coming for you. NASCAR Goodies Dash Series cars. The Discount Auto Parts 200, presented by AC Delco Rapid Fire. That's coming up next here on ESPN on the high banks of Daytona. NASCAR's Small Sedan Series. 4- and 6-cylinder cars, and what a show they put on here. They run over 170 miles an hour down the back straightaway. That should be exciting. That's coming up next at the conclusion of our ARCA coverage.